injury report. Quinn, he had an eye, and he went to the doctor. Looks like he's going to be day-to-day. Darius Phillips has a hamstring. Tom Compton has a back.
Start to your right, Mike Lewis.
Yeah, Coach, you had both guards out for a while in the first half. What kind of adjustment did you make in the second half, especially, blocking schemes and pass protection?
I give a lot of credit to the coaching staff. I thought they did a fantastic job adjusting at halftime. We did have a couple guys go down, and we decided we need to run the ball. We challenged the offense to be able to step it up, and I thought they did it in a very good way. We were able to run the ball continuously through that second half, and that's what we had to do to win the game.
Obviously, after a 5-game losing streak, 9 of the last 10, just how good did it feel, given everything that you guys have been through, to just put a win on the board?
Feels great. It feels great. This team has had a lot of adversity this year, both through the injuries, through the close games, and it has been great to see them all stick together, fight for each other, continually battle. We've been in so many games against a bunch of very good football teams, and we had another choice today. I believe we were down 9-3, and those guys had another choice, and they stepped up even more with both defense, special teams, and offense. And that's what you love to see, and that's what I appreciate from this team, watching them out there.
Down 9-3, I think 21 unanswered there. What did you see during that stretch? It seemed like complimentary football there with the turnovers.
No doubt. Watching those guys run the ball was great. Latavius, he was on one today. He was over 100 yards. Marlon came in and had that great touchdown, I think about from the 3 or 4 yard line, great blocking. The tight ends were involved. The wide receivers were blocking when they were pinning on some ends. There was a lot of good. It takes all 11 to run the football, and you really saw that. Brett was doing a great job, even with some of the things that had happened. He kept his composure, was able to get us in the proper place to be able to be effective, and I thought the adjustments were great at halftime, and then the defense getting us the ball back and us punching it in there. That's what you want to see.
Nate, you're right. Just expanding on what you talked about at halftime, the 6 sacks in the first half, was that a factor of the injuries, their plan, both, and kind of how firm were you that, okay, you really need to run the ball in the second half?
It was all of us together. We had some injuries. We had some things that's something that we've had to deal with, but that's no excuse. You got to find a way to win a football game, and that's why I give so much credit to that group, that offensive group that went out there and were able to run the ball and execute the plan that we decided to adjust to, and just the guys, they just looked like a different team in that second half. Now we got a lot of room to improve. We got to do that right out the gate, but it was great to see those guys come out and really get after it.
Nate, I saw you after the last touchdown chest bumping guys as they came off the field. Can you just take me through, this has been a tough season for you as well. What does this win mean for you personally? And secondly, who got game balls?
Every win means so much. Like I had said, the adversity that we have gone through, and there's all kinds of different things, and we don't make any excuses. And it's hard to win in this league. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care if you're winning a lot of games, losing a lot of games. I've been doing this for a while, and every game is difficult, and it presents its own challenges. And these guys have worked and stuck together, and that's what I've appreciated. So it's not about me. It's not about how much it means to me. It's about just our whole team together as a group, and they deserved that win, and they fought for it, and it was a great team victory. And then for us, obviously, Justin Simmons with those 2 picks and Latavius Murray. He took that thing over. It was great to see, and just being able to run. I think we ran for about 170 yards. That's a great feeling. That's a great feeling for the offense.
Coach, back here, I got 2 for you. First, J.J. Watt, I guess, tied his best ever career game with 3 sacks, all in the first half. Was part of the thinking, hey, we need to slow this guy down, let's get the ball out quick when we're not running it so that he doesn't set his own new personal record?
JJ's a very good football player. Being at Jacksonville for as long as I was, had a lot of nightmares going against him. Had some more nightmares coming up this game, and he's spectacular. He could take over a game at any time. We developed a plan to try to contain him. It wasn't working, and I think that just the guys being able to adjust to be able to try to limit him so he couldn't continually dominate was a great job by the offense and the staff.
And then you guys get one final national TV game on Christmas, standalone game with what you've done the last couple of weeks. I guess how excited are you to maybe get some bad taste out of your mouth from some previous nationally televised games and have a good showing on Christmas.
No doubt. I'm going to enjoy this one right now, and we'll get ready to game plan for the Los Angeles Rams. Another good football team. Every team is very good, and we just need to keep getting better. We got to keep fighting for each other and go out there and play football. It doesn't matter if it's on national television or if it's not. It's about us executing, going out there and doing some good things.
What did you think about Brett Rippon's performance, and did it impact your decision coming into next week on who's starting at quarterback?
No, Russell's going to be playing this next week, but I thought Brett did a really good job. I think the thing that I thought was really great was the pick happens. And, hey, that pick is on me. I wanted him to be aggressive. He thought they jumped off sides. I gave him the ability to be able to be aggressive and go down the field on that one and throw the flag, and it ended up being the turnover, so that's on me. And that, again, he had a choice on how he's going to react, and he was great. He just put it right aside, and he kept going out there and executing and put us in position to win the football game, and he did a good job there. So I thought Brett was really good, especially after taking some of those sacks. He wasn't fazed. He was ready to go and wanted to keep throwing the ball.
Coach, Justin Simmons, 2 picks, like you mentioned. I mean, how does he continue to just kind of put his stamp on this league and this year coming back from injury and still getting to 5 picks for the 3rd straight year?
Yeah, I mean, Justin has been great. I mean, he's a leader of this football team. I think that's probably the number one most important thing with Justin. But to go out there and execute the way he has and have some adversity that he's had this year, so some adversity that he hasn't experienced with the injuries and being out and on IR, but he's come back, and love how that whole back end is communicating. Watch them. Love watching just how they get organized with emotions, all those things, and I think that just shows how they are as a group. How our defensive staff is putting them in the best positions, and they're going out there and executing it is great, and just want to see Justin get some more picks.
Final 2, Cody, then Parker. Coach, obviously Jeudy was the focal point early on, and then throughout this game we saw him make more plays. What has he continually done to kind of just continue to improve and find consistency in his 3rd year?
He's done a great job understanding the system. We've moved his position around quite a bit. We move him around the field so that people can't get a beat on him. We've had a lot of different wide receivers out there. We saw Freddie Swain go out there and make a play, which was great to see, and Brandon Johnson and all those different guys are going in there. And I think Jerry's taking advantage of his knowledge of the system so that we can put him in different spots, whether it's the slot, whether it's the single, whether it's outside, inside, all over the place. And it just shows his football intelligence to be able to be moved around and find those sweet spots. You saw him in zone, find a couple. There wasn't a lot of man coverage. Looked like they were down some guys, so they played some more zone. But I give him a lot of credit for being able to make some plays today.
I think Tomlinson's just about your only guy that's played in every game on offense this season. He's maybe not known as a pass catcher, but guys really seem to have a lot of respect for him. Why is that, and how nice is it to be able to reward him with one?
No doubt. We call him the Viking. I mean, he's the guy that, he doesn't say anything. His role, he's primarily a run blocker and pass protector. He puts his head down every day, comes to work, wants to know how he can do the next blocking pattern, never asked for catches or anything. And to see him, I know he caught one right over the ball, and then to be able to get that touchdown, something funny, something we've been working quite a bit. I think it's probably been in quite a bit of game plans. So be able to let him have that touchdown is huge for a guy that keeps his head down, works every day, does everything that he can, doesn't talk much, just uses his play to show the type of person he is something great to see. And when a guy like that gets a touchdown, it just rallies the whole group together.
Thank you very much, Coach.